Hey, Pot TV, welcome. This is the 420 Lifestyle Show. I'm Opus 420.
And I'm Jade Ridge.
Jade, we're here, and welcome. It's Family Day in BC. And in order to that, because the champion of children and families, we're going to fuck Harper today real good. That's the theme of this Family Day show.
Yes.
Somebody likes to spout off his bullshit about families.
What the hell is Family Day?
It's an excuse to have a long weekend in February. I think that was what people wanted. Precisely. That was all it was. They just had, it's sort of like, what's BC Day?
Yeah.
In August. It was an excuse to have another long weekend. We needed a long weekend in every month.
Hey, it works, right?
That's it, eh? It looks good. Today's show is sponsored by 3 Happy Cats, your perfect provider, as always. And we will also have, we'll be giving away marijuana. And that's sponsored by budbuddy.biz. For all your cannabis needs, check them out. And that's recreational. That's off the left side of the bag. So that's the recreational side of the bag.
Yes.
When you flip it over, it's the medical side.
That's right.
That's the way it usually works.
But we have sponsors from both areas, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we cater to everybody on this show, don't we?
That's a lot of catering.
So,
what else we got? Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, how's that hoot going?
It's good. I'm smoking LA Confidential today.
Ooh, nice.
I see you've got some dabs. What's this dab container you got going on here?
I've got this new little contraption. It was brought to me a few months ago. Do you have that? You're closer to the camera there.
I'm going to show this off.
Show it off there.
You're going to put the bud cam on there, Jer?
It kind of, in catering to Family Day, we've got this Lego silicone. So it's kind of got 3-gram containers on each side, and it holds 2, and it has a little dab stick. Yeah, and so I'll be selling those on my website probably.
That thing's awesome.
Silicone block.
Silicone block, yeah.
And it's dab proof, right? So if you get your oil all over it.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's so hassle free, and it's really portable, and yeah. So in there, actually, I have Death Bubba on the left, and on the right, I have Green Crack. So that's what I brought.
Bubba.
Death Bubba and Green Crack. I know. I have like 3 different kinds of Bubbas at home too.
When they name weed Death, where they use death as the first part of a name for some kind of weed.
I don't know.
Have we reached the final plateau
I don't even know
of names? Like we just couldn't come up with anything else. Death weed, man. That's I don't know.
They just smoked a lot and said, "Okay, what are we gonna name it?" Death weed. I don't know what the phenols parentals are rather on that Death Bubba either. But anyway.
We're going to, later on today in the show, we're going to do a short reading from A Party of One, Michael Harris's book, exposing Stephen Harper, and his megalomaniac, control freak style, heavy control style of government, But the big news today is Eve Adams, Conservative MP, crossed the floor to join Justin Trudeau's Liberals.
Yay!
Amazing. The rats are jumping ship.
And
everybody is bailing on the Conservative Party.
About the Prime Minister, too. She was dissing him.
Oh, she dissed him hardcore.
Wow.
She said she could no longer support mean-spirited leadership and that divides people instead of bringing them together. This has been my criticism of Harper
He's a meanie.
For ages. No, but his success in politics is dividing people.
Oh, yeah.
Is by showing everybody their differences so he can split things up and get his chunks of the votes that he needs to get power. It's all a formula designed just so he can get elected. It has nothing to do with serving people or being a good leader.
Exactly.
It has to do with it's strictly politics and money at this point.
Yep.
So that's interesting, especially since his biggest player quit, John Baird, last week.
Yeah, right?
2 seats in 2 weeks. God.
What's up with that, though?
oh, he's going to some cushy private sector job. Of course, because he'll have huge influence. He may even get an appointment down the road. You know, you never know, to some, like...
Ew, he is so disgusting, that guy.
Oh, another one that can't... What, I mean, the whole thing is just a band of... It's just a band of criminals, these guys.
They are.
They're terrible. The Crime Minister of Canada. Oh, God. Do you know if we're getting our guest comedian? Is he coming?
Yes, today, you guys. Guess we do. He is
Guest
coming
comedian.
for 4:30.
Yeah, Daryl Brown.
Daryl Brown.
There's only one guest comedian that could be around here.
Hair.
Hey, no, you never know. One of my buddies from VC could be here.
That's true.
If they're in town, you know they're coming on the show.
Yeah. If Mike Rita showed up.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I think I'd have Mike Rita.
That would be awesome.
I was thinking more like K-Trev or, Cal Post or those guys.
Any of those guys.
Both those guys actually have their show on today as well. Their show used to come on after my show.
On a sliding scale.
Wonder how they're doing now that I'm not there. I hear it's pretty quiet at VC on Mondays now. No.
Is it really?
Just kidding.
I love the VC comedy. It's hilarious.
Here, somebody want to take this joint?
Yeah, we're going this way, I believe.
Here, you have another job over there.
Yeah, so Daryl might be popping by at 4:30, so that will be good.
He's just getting his hair coiffed.
Hair lift.
Hair lift.
I think it's a hair lift is what he does.
Hair lift.
Yeah, it's a hair
lift.
lift.
It's an implant. I know he's definitely got implants there. Because, people when they see it, they're like, is that real?
No.
Are those real?
Well,
those hairs?
We could ask him the hair questions, but
could it be a hair day?
Hair day.
If you took his hair away, I don't know how funny he'd be.
But actually, no. You know what? Hang on.
Not all
now,
about the hair, dude. I cut my hair.
Daryl's not only a comedian, though. He's an artist, and I can't even begin to tell you. I've actually hired him to do a piece for my dining room.
Wow. I know he paints with that thing too. It's like a big paintbrush.
It's crazy.
He swabs it up.
He's just
mural on the wall.
He's very cool. Very, very cool. So if he comes on, it'll be great. So
cool.
Yeah.
We also, today, what else? Oh, you know what else? We've got the top 10 list today.
Oh, yeah, top 10 list.
Top 10 list, which was basically something I just did off the top of my head. And the top 10 list subjects today is why winter is better on the west coast of Canada.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's probably more than 10 reasons, but I just thought I'd jotted a quick 10 down.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right.
And then, how much does that bud weigh? So we're going to play that game later on in the
We'll be
segments.
giving away marijuana.
Yeah, free pot.
And
you could win weed.
Win weed, that's right. Yes, I am the original. I have the original show, the original game that gives away weed. That's me.
That was
my claim to fame.
Your baby.
Anyways, here's the story about Eve Adams. This is interesting. I'll read a little of this from the Huff Post today. Brampton South MP Eve Adams. She crossed the floor, as I mentioned, from the Conserves over to Justin. I like the way they put it here in the paper, slamming Prime Minister Stephen Harper's divisiveness. Anyways, Adams said she can no longer support the mean-spirited leadership that divides people instead of bringing them together. She said that we needed a kind, strong, and generous leadership. Well, that's definitely not Stephen Harper.
Yeah. Definitely not.
I want to work with someone who inspires, not with fearmongers and bullies, she said. I no longer feel at home in the Conservative Party. Really, fearmongers and bullies. She just called him out on all of their shit.
Great.
Good. Just like that.
So
what
awesome.
was she waiting for? I guess it's hard to get out of your party, but now's the time than any.
No, she's gotten out of there, and she's not leaving and saying, well, gee, thanks, it's been nice. No, she's leaving and burning that bridge and the town that she left.
But she didn't know this in the first place. Just to be, a contrarian here. She knew the whole time that those guys are pigs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's funny you mention that because I was just reading in the Party of One. The last chapter I just finished was on Helena Gerges and her thing, and she even mentions Mike Harris interviewed her in a coffee shop. And they're talking, and she even says she's discussing that bit with Raheem Jaffer and the cocaine and all that bullshit. And She even mentioned at one point. She even says, "I'm no angel, but da 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 da." You know, I never did these things.
Maybe she's got something in her closet.
No. She's just basically being honest and saying, "Yeah, they're all politicians. None of them are like, great, cozy, warm, fuzzy people.
Right.
They're
just
hard
not
as
driving
nails.
high on cocaine with the
successful members of parliament are hard as nails, no fucking around type of people, man. They're not fucking easygoing, kick back, laid back pot smokers. No fucking way.
Militant.
So so she was just being clear.
They're lizard
She didn't
people.
want to like make it look like, oh gee, I'm perfect and look at poor me. No, she was just being honest about the whole affair and in the book. So it's really a good read. But I won't be reading that part today.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Adams, who appeared with Trudeau at a Monday morning press conference, said she will seek the nomination of a Liberal riding in the Greater Toronto area, which would be announced which one later, at a later date. She's recently been mired in controversy over her scandal-plagued failed bid to win the Conservative nomination in Oakville, North Burlington. The team behind her bid has since said they are interested in having her fiancé, former Stephen Harper spokesperson, Dimitri Sudas, run in the riding. He resigned his role, the executive director of the Conservative Party, after the nomination row.
Yeah, and Trudeau said he was not concerned about Suda's Conservative ties. Adams repeatedly said her failure to secure a Conservative nomination was not the reason for her to switch to the Liberals.
Although it sure seems convenient.
It seems a little convenient, doesn't it? She said she had a deep soul searching about the Conservative Party and she found did not support the values of the party under Harper. So, we go on to this a little bit more and, at least Trudeau's kind of looking at it as, it's kind of like almost sticking it to Harper, hey? Bringing somebody on from the other side and so forth. It's like...
Well, floor crossing is nothing new in Parliament.
No.
I mean, Anderson was famous for, doing his thing right after the election, just like that. That was pretty rotten. Got elected as a Liberal and crossed the floor.
Didn't Belinda Stronach do something like that?
Stronach was another one. And that was actually what led to her breakup with Peter MacKay.
Oh, right. Yeah, they were
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember
conservative
that.
super couple.
That's it.
So
They
funny.
had a tiff. I'm leaving the party.
Yeah, that was the end of that, eh? Oh, yeah. So much for that shit.
Wow.
I think they
they're
were just
hard
faking
nailed when
in
they're
the first
like...
place. It was like a Tom Cruise, Katie Holmes thing, I think.
Oh, God.
With those two. Yeah,
Yeah,
I wasn't,
really,
it was never really...
Look, there's a happy
They were
cat.
never really for real.
Where's that Happy Cat going? Where does that Happy Cat...
Happy Cat's going out, coming back.
Oh,
for some
she's
happy
coming back.
tobacco.
Good.
One of our happy cats is leaving, but she'll be back. We're still 3 happy cats.
That's right.
And fuck Harper. Can I get a fuck Harper from everyone?
Can I
1,
get
2,
a fuck
3.
Harper?
Fuck Harper!
Harper!
Yeah, all right. That's always good. We love to hear that. So, anyways, what's her name there? Eve, she specifically mentioned income splitting and women's rights to choose as issues which she did not agree with the Conservatives.
Yeah. And...
Under income splitting.
Yeah, so these policies, she said, these policies are designed to advantage a sliver of the population, the wealthiest, while relying on the middle-class Canadians to pay for it. Yeah, Adams said she first approached the Liberals several weeks ago and informed the Prime Minister's office of her decisions this morning. So she's basically been planning this for the past week, and it's kind of been her maneuver to step in onto the Liberal side. So, yeah, and she again says, once again, an elected official is thinking of their own career ahead of the constituents that elected her. NDP MP Charlie Agnew said in a statement, the Liberal Party of Canada is giving us another example of cynicism by accepting the ranks of a conservative MP that has fallen out of favor of the Prime Minister.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well,
Wow, this is really shifting
so
me.
a couple of weeks ago, I noticed that there was... Well, this is actually an old list. When I looked it up, it was 20 MPs, Conservative MPs, who've already announced they won't be running for re-election.
Yeah.
And since then, We've had Baird quit. One crossed the floor. And I know from that list of 20, there I think was already at 23 because a couple more came forward also to say they wouldn't be seeking re-election. So what's Harper going into an election with?
FA.
Who's he got left? Nicholson. Baird's gone.
Yeah.
Who's the other ass hat that I'm thinking of? Flaherty's dead.
Oh, Flaherty, yeah.
He's,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
not him. But no, there's Nicholson and somebody else recently. Del Mastro's going to jail.
Yeah,
Hopefully
this
Harper's
has
going
been
to
quite
jail.
the crazy circus this year in Parliament.
We'll see
that's
what
for
happens
sure.
with this Duffy trial.
And that's
Oh, yeah,
another
and
one.
that's another
and we're
one.
still waiting for that action.
Yeah.
So, I mean, please call an early election while everybody's jumping ship.
That's
How-
that would be
who's he
beautiful.
got?
I'd love to see a spring election.
I think if he doesn't call an early election, it would be insane. Like if he waits it out. Let's see. I still think this Duffy thing is going to bury him. So if maybe who knows what's going on, but they're waiting. They're biding their time, I guess.
I think the people are quitting and jumping off right now because they know Duffy's going to bury him.
I think so
I wonder
too.
why he would wait. Why doesn't he have the election? He should call that thing right now if he was smart. If it was,
Well, he
Totally.
probably
I don't want him
wants
to,
to,
but-
Totally.
but people are quitting too fast. He's
He's
got to get nominations and get people in place to run. People are quitting on him quicker
Yeah.
than you, and like
they'll fill those spots though.
yeah, but with who?
Nah.
People that nobody will vote for. That's my point.
Well,
That
that's
you're
true.
scrambling to fill those spots with unproven, untested people.
I haven't seen the polls lately, but the Conservative brand is still pretty decent. I mean, they're
Yeah.
doing pretty decently up against Trudeau and his Liberal brand.
Yeah.
At least in the last polls I saw, they were like neck and neck.
And I saw the one poll in the Globe Mail that had everybody voting for Mulcair. So what kind of how
I know.
trolled are these polls lately?
Yeah,
that
trolling.
was not a scientific poll.
No,
That
but
one was a web voter poll. I saw that too. That was completely ridiculous.
that was retarded.
Yeah, it's like 98% Mulcair.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You think that was
Yeah,
troll?
sure,
You think
buddy.
the NDP trolled a little
Angry
bit?
Tom.
I wonder how many NDP guys have voted how many times on that one.
yeah.
Oh, it's somebody in the chat here. Oh, it's one of our. I'm not number 8, the number guy. He says I should run for the Conservatives. I could win, dude. Probably not. I don't think that any pot smoker really, besides Scott Reed, would have much of a chance in the Conservative Party.
Well, I
Yeah.
think you won't get vetted.
Yeah, exactly. If Jody can't make it into the Liberal Party,
Yeah, you're
the
not
chances
getting.
of
You
a
won't get
Conservative-
vetted in.
Though Dana Larson does have a sort of group of conservatives that he's got together that are
Oh.
conservatives for legalization.
Sweet.
It's 420.
Oh,
Yay.
happy 420.
Happy 420. Spark it up.
Here at the 307 West Hastings Street Lounge in downtown Vancouver, now called the Cannabis Culture Lounge, formerly the BC Marijuana Party Lounge, Vapor Lounge.
Fuck Harper.
Woo! And if you're in the neighborhood, come down and,
And fuck Harper.
and well,
And yell
got
fuck
him
Harper
lined
out
up.
the window here, and I will give you a bud.
if people, if you
Stick
people
your
come
head
down
out
to
the window
show,
and
we'll
yell
get
as
them
loud
high.
as you can. Fuck Harper.
It's been a busy one today, actually. This room's been packed pretty
Yeah,
much
it's
all
a
day.
family day. It's a holiday here in BC. I know that I came
I
in.
could
The
give 'em a
lounge is
cam.
full. Lots of people
Here.
here getting
I'm going
high.
to show them what the room looks like. Here.
Medicating. Smoking lots of weed. Another can of goodies.
Yes, yes.
Well, there you go. Jared's going to give you guys a look. Well done. You guys want to wave for the camera? You're on Pod TV. Give us a fuck Harper. Fuck Harper! Yeah, that's what we want to see. I like to see that. Enthusiasm.
Yay.
That's right. Lots of people join up, pull up chairs to the show here. This is good to see. Always,
I guess that's the camera. Is that the camera?
No,
roll?
no, he's on
it's
this
that
one.
one. Oh, okay.
I don't know where the hell we were.
Where
I never
are
know.
we? We'll save that one for later, Jared.
All right, so that was 420. Let's do the next story about the government here, BC
Yeah.
government. And that's the thing too. Just as we mentioned earlier, I said that the governments, these people they all play hardball. They're all just one is as bad as the other. Really, none of these people are deserving of the warm fuzzies. This one's the BC Liberals government, provincials. They're, in my opinion, the BC Liberal government is the farm team for the Conservative federal government. Really. I think that's where they come and pick the worst, like, bullies and cronies out of.
Definitely.
It's just terrible here. They ended up spending $350,000 on social media during the teacher strike.
First of all, how the hell do you spend money on social media?
Well, you know, if you want to boost a post, you know, like Facebook, they chart, you know, things like to get people to get more on there. So they obviously where they just, you know, they just keep clicking. Somebody just keeps clicking something on there, and they don't, because they're not paying for it. They don't give a shit. It's not. They don't have to. It's not like their credit card they're giving a number for.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and they did it on Facebook, Google Ads, online messages during the last years of Bitter's teacher strike. And the online campaign was directed under contract by Kimbo Design Incorporated, the same Vancouver branding agency that worked on Clark's Liberal leadership campaign and designed the party's logo. How convenient.
Yeah. When the teachers went on strike last May, Clark called on the company again, this time to get the government's message out to the public. That the message, what message is that? That, oh, fuck the teachers and your kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the taxpayer's expense. The cost of the online onslaught is detailed in documents newly released under the Freedom of Information Act. Oh, God.
Wow.
It includes $74,000 on sponsored Facebook posts, $58,000 plus on promoted tweets, and a little over $6,000 on Google ads. So buy stock in Google. The government's, you know, you'll get your money back from the government that way. The government also spent $167,000 plus on what it called niche digital mobile display, whatever the hell that is, to spread the government's message on mobile phones.
Wow. So the total price tag for the teachers' strike campaign, including design and development costs, $352,000 plus. Outrageous. NDP educator critic Rob Fleming summed up Wednesday. This money should have been spent on education for our kids, not propaganda and spin. The government could have bought 5,000 new grade 8 science textbooks for the same amount of money, Fleming pointed out, or 1,100 tablet computers, or basic school supply kits for 3,500 needy children. Yeah, happy Family Day, Christy Clark.
So much for Family Day.
Thanks a lot, Christy.
Families.
Yay, Family Day.
Just thought we'd for Family Day, you know, wanted to mention exactly what the government thinks of you and your family.
And your family.
That's right. It's just like a PR fucking resource firm. Fuck's sakes.
Man.
I mean, and I can't even understand that should just be illegal.
All
they
around.
shouldn't even be
Why aren't they being
allowed
punished?
to do that.
Yeah, they should be punished.
No, if you set policy as a government, you should not have to promote it with tax dollars.
No.
Like the same thing with this Stephen Harper's action plan, economic action plan bullshit. You know how much fucking money they've spent on that thing?
Oh, man.
Holy fuck.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you can't stand up to the fact that you make a policy and it's a good policy and people just think, oh, yeah, we know about that, it's good, that you have to promote it constantly on television and pay for it with our money.
Yeah.
And no, there's something wrong with that. It's obviously not good policy if you have to sell it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because truthfully, good stuff, you don't need to sell stuff that people want. People come looking for you. You don't need to advertise. Your advertising is very little. It's just like, we're here, here's where to find us, and if you want our shit, people will come and get it. Everybody knows where the government is. It's not a problem.
Right.
They're fucking in your computer already.
I know.
Fuck, just to say, hey, we need a key on the computer that just connects us to the guys watching us. Oh, by the way, I'd like to jump in on your shit.
Yeah. That would be awesome. Pirate their
Instead
shit.
of fucking always being at odds with the government. Fuck.
My bad. Thank you, Jer.
I can't stand being at odds with these guys all the time. All right, well. No, don't pass that over here.
Okay, where did this come from? Someone passed me a joint. Jeremiah passed me a joint.
That's why I don't take these things.
Thanks. Yoink. Yoink. Reminds me of
What time is it? Oh, it's 4:27.
4:27.
Okay. Before we do the next story, the judges and the lawyers, let's do the... I think we should do the top 10 list.
Okay, top 10 list.
Oh, you're on Facebook.
No, just scrolling down here.
Anyhow,
Top
let's do it
10s.
today. We're going to do the top 10
10
list
list.
now. And today's top 10 list is the top 10 reasons why winter is better on the west coast of Canada. From our home office right here on Hastings Street.
Number 10, lower heating costs.
Yeah, hey.
Hey. Number 9, no bulky winter coats.
Yo.
Actually, I haven't even worn hardly a jacket all year. Maybe a hoodie here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 8, year-round bicycling.
Yo. Without studded tires.
Yeah. Number 7, winter storm watching in Tofino. Number 6, January crocuses. Oh, yeah.
Number 5, snow shoveling. What's that? Number 4, you can ride your motorcycle year-round. Number 3, you can also play golf year-round. The number 2 reason why winters on the west coast are better than the rest of Canada is you can go skiing in the morning and surf in the afternoon when you live in Vancouver.
And
The number 1 reason why winter is better on the west coast, it stays green all year long.
It does.
it does.
And we've got the green.
We sure do.
How many dispensaries here now?
70.
70.
70 dispensaries.
And
Seven
growing
zero,
daily,
yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
Isn't that insane?
it's crazy,
Insane
man.
in the membrane.
So many.
And still
so much,
no good weed.
So much, right?
I said, and still no good weed.
And still
I'm
no
just
good
joking.
weed? No,
There's tons of good weed.
It's nothing but
Yeah,
good
no,
weed.
I at these dispensaries, I actually have been to one of them now and purchased my own. I managed to get a card at
Yeah.
a dispensary. So I guess I should just be honest about the whole thing. It's way super easy to get a card at one of these places.
Oh, for sure.
It really is.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like I feel
It's
I didn't
no
even
different
really-
than in
I
California,
didn't even really
same
want
thing.
to get one, but they kind of forced me to just to.
It's
enter the
a
building.
loophole. It's either cover.
Yeah.
It's a cover your ass thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. But there's some pretty good weed there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were happy with your purchase.
I was, yeah. Although, I mean, it's $10 a gram. So it's street retail prices. You know, it's prohibition prices.
Mm-hmm.
We have over 70 dispensaries in the city, but yet they're still charging prohibition prices. It's fucking bullshit. The prices of pot in the city of Vancouver should be through the floor.
Yeah.
It should be cheap as dirt.
That's true. With that much
But
weed
no,
around, you'd be.
it's because
It's
everybody
prohibition.
Just, you know, it's not a conspiracy, but everybody just works together individually to maintain these high prices.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's been like that for years in the pot movement, or the pot industry. Like, how long has an
Oh,
eighth
I
been
will say
$25,
this,
$30?
But listen,
Yeah.
but I
Like
will say
15,
this though.
20 years longer?
As a grower, I mean, I've seen the prices on bulk plummet, but the cost of producing it skyrocket, especially
Yes.
with hydro costs. I mean, there's been like a 40% increase in hydro in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, who the hell's paying
That's
for
true.
that? The growers have to pay for that,
It
and
is
but
getting-
and unfortunately, but I mean, they can't get rid of weed.
Well-
for $2,000 a pound, it's difficult because nobody wants. There's so much around. This
That's
is-
true. It is oversaturated.
You know, so there is a problem there as well. Like, the cost of fertilizer's gone up. I've seen the cost of a bale of soil
Yeah.
go from like under $20 to almost $36 now.
But
So I
if
mean,
you-
really, where is all those? That hasn't kept up.
Well, but if you look at realistically what it costs, if you were to really do things on a larger scale, say, you know, it's really cheap to produce pot eventually. I mean, they could get the prices of producing it down to, you know, similar to what you might pay for produce in the grocery store, you know, for lettuce or something. You know,
But
it's not like...
But under prohibition, it's hard to produce large
that's what it
quantities
is.
discreetly.
That's what
and
it is.
That's
We're
part
still,
of the problem as
still
well.
prohibition in effect.
And without a regulated market, there's no way that growers can turn around and get like
I agree.
Put it in their income tax for operating costs and claim
Yeah.
certain things like that and claim write-offs. There's no mechanism in place to actually deal with this. There's no way you can get insurance.
We still have prohibition prices because we still have prohibition.
Pretty much.
Exactly. That's what the problem is.
Well said, yeah.
That's why it's $10 a gram in these so-called gray area dispensaries.
Yes. No, I guess maybe I was jumping the gun a little bit by even though the fact that there's 70 of them alone doesn't necessarily mean that the growers themselves are. In fact, that might even work against them in ways. So, oversaturating the market, making it even harder on them.
Definitely works.
Oh, yeah,
It's
definitely.
been
So
hardcore.
many people producing marijuana here in British Columbia.
As someone
now.
who's been growing weed for 35 years,
Yeah,
I could tell you for sure that what's going on. As a matter of fact, and I know our friend Redbeard told me last year how many growers that he knew, outdoor guys, that did not bother even putting in a patch. Just not worth it.
Yeah.
Not for the amount of the work that's involved, the costs. Even just putting gas in your vehicle to get to and from your plantations is, you got to start factoring all this in.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
not
just
cheap.
The product, unless you're just doing it for your personal, growing in a couple pea for to get you through the winter, type of thing. But other than that, people keep asking me why I'm not growing anymore, and I just raise my eyebrows and give them a look like, well, why do you think?
Yeah, exactly. Well, if
So
anybody
much
knows.
damn weed around.
Well, and when you really think about it, because the prices have stayed the same in the pot, as far as I can remember, a gram was a $10 bill. $10 grams have been there since forever, essentially. So that means that growers are the ones who are paying, getting paid less and less and less. If retail prices have stayed the same for 25, 30 years, then growers are paying more. Of course, they're getting squeezed harder than anybody then, right?
Exactly.
Although, there's still a lot of room to go because it's still, pot was really overpriced in the 70s and 80s, I suppose.
And growing pot is very rewarding.
90s, I guess.
Very therapeutic.
It's just rewarding for your soul. It's like one of the, it's probably the most, I guess, outrageous thing you can almost do nowadays, non-violent thing against the government as an activist's sort of thing, is grow pot.
Yeah.
In a way. It's really in your face, fuck you, we don't care about your law.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's one thing to be smoking weed or bong ripping in public, but, they can take that away and everything's fine. You go away the next day, maybe judge whatever. But growing weed. Yeah. Or even growing food is the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait
Grow
to.
food. I wonder if, under the new Terrorists Act, if growing food will start to label you as a terrorist because you grow your own food.
Yeah. Ooh. Anti-corporation
That's coming.
terrorists.
Wow. I just hit the bong, and we're smoking some Eden weed over here, I guess. And wow, very tasty. That was the Space Dog. Fuck, tasty stuff.
Nice. Space
I'm
dog.
smoking LA Confidential from Three Happy Cats. And it's good. Although, I think before we get into the next story, maybe Jade wants to give me a dab. Can you dab me there, girl?
I can.
And then we're going to talk about, I guess I'll just read your part and then you can come back. We'll do this. All right, I'll do it. This story is basically about how Canada's lawyers and judges need to brush up on marijuana laws. I don't know if you caught this, but 2 weeks ago, a student in Sarnia was sentenced to a full year in prison after a police raid on his home netted 97 grams of weed and scales plus $280 cash. James Monroe, was a student, had been convicted of selling small amounts of pot a few months previously, and at trial he pled guilty. The judge gave him the mandatory minimum sentence of a year in prison. But this is where it gets ridiculous. The judge, Justice, check this guy's name out, Mark Hornblower.
Oh, yes. Hornblower.
Oh, Hornblower.
Wonder what his family did in the past.
He acknowledged that a full year behind bars without parole for only 97 grams was extremely harsh. But he had no choice because it was mandatory minimum sentence.
Wow.
But the judge was wrong. Mandatory minimums for selling cannabis only apply in cases with 3 kilos or over. What's worth, neither the lawyers working the case were aware of the law either. So like his lawyer didn't know, the Crown didn't know, the judge didn't know, nobody knew.
Everybody is a fuck up. Yeah, isn't that insane?
Here is
That's pretty
green
insane.
crack.
And so, like, somebody figured it out on the internet or something and called it in. Like, hey, yo, there's something wrong here. Nice work.
Oh, wow. That was a rip.
Hammered that.
Yeah.
Look at that cloud.
So it was only due to an article in the local paper being posted on Facebook by a local lawyer,
Yeah.
and then other lawyers noticing the error that the sentence got overturned.
Oh, my
Isn't that insane? They saw it online
funny.
on Facebook. Yeah.
So to be clear,
That's an embarrassment for
if
that
this
lawyer.
case had not been covered in the local paper, it would not have been overturned. And this guy would have served the full year in jail
Oh, my
What
God.
about
for an
this
offense
judge?
which normally warrants around 30 days.
Yeah.
And that's
What's up with the
even,
judge
And that's
there?
even a ridiculous. It even says here it's even 30 days in prison is ridiculously stiff sentence for selling small amounts of cannabis. But we'll save that debate for another day.
That's what the article, yeah.
Regardless how you feel about it, every Canadian should be shocked by the incompetence
Yep.
of Hornblower, federal prosecutor Michael Robb, and defense attorney David Stosser. None of them bothered to read the law for which Monroe was being charged. How the fuck does that happen?
Well, and that's what I wonder now. If this is happening in this particular case, how many times does this happen in other cases that aren't necessarily marijuana related, just in general? Like, how can this kind of fuck up happen? There's no, like, safeguard? You'd think the judge is supposed to be the, like, you know, be all and end all of the whole thing.
No.
Well, it answers
Somebody
the.
look up the law.
It asks the same question in the article.
It does, actually.
And it's actually from Northern Ontario, where it mentions the fact that charges for possession and trafficking for cannabis are way, way above the national average because in rural communities. And of course, Northern Ontario, I mean, there's enough people. It's highly populated areas, even
Bunch
though
of
it is
hillbillies out there.
It's still rural, but it's densely
They're
populated.
like, give them the death penalty for weed, man. That
No.
stuff's the devil weed.
The devil.
Well, it's no
Yeah.
different than Saskatchewan. Mark getting,
Firing squad.
Mark Emery getting dinged for trafficking for passing a joint
Oh,
and
I
doing
know.
time for
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Wow.
You know, same thing. If
That
you're
doesn't happen
outside
very
of
often,
like
but-
Vancouver or Toronto, you know, they start looking at weed like it's crack.
Yeah.
You know, they've got this attitude like, oh no, prohibition. And the prohibitionists
One of
are,
them
you know,
drug users.
whether they be right here in Vancouver or in a
Reefers.
rural community, I've noticed that, and this is just history repeats itself, the prohibitionists are getting more and more irate and out of hand. There was a
because
bust
there's not-
of a head shop, actually, in Northern Ontario. Also, I got that one from Northern Ontario Kim's page today. You know, again, this one didn't even sell weed or have a lounge or anything. It was just a shop selling bongs and shit. They got busted.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so
Well, you got a
it's
bunch
the
of these,
prohibitionists they know
rogue sheriffs.
They know that it's slipping away, that it's inevitable,
Yeah.
and they will fight tooth and nail to the very end because it's no different than when they repealed the Volstead Act, which
Yeah.
was alcohol
Yeah.
prohibition
There's
in the
less
United
of them,
States.
so they have to be louder.
When it got right down to the final days, was the most violent, bloody, horrific times during Prohibition of the last little bit of it. And now, same thing's going down in the weed thing. You're seeing these guys stepping up the game. There's less of them. They're taking more liberties. And Harper's passing tougher laws, you know, because that's what they know it's inevitable. And they
wonder
don't
what
realize
the-
it's the same shit Harper, the shit he's doing is what's leading to his unpopularity. The guy, he's blind to this shit.
Yeah.
They're driven by something entirely different than, you know, doing the right thing.
Totally.
They're psychopaths.
Completely.
Fucking psychopaths. It's goddamn
Well, and the
fascism.
raw number of prosecutions in Canada that are for marijuana-related crimes in quotations.
Crime minister?
Yeah, no, you know the amount that they spend on the prosecution is just outlandish and outrageous. When you look at the actual statistics, it's crazy. It's like a lot of it is related to pot. It's like, you know, nearly half of it or something. I can't remember the exact numbers now, but you know, the amount of money that we would save is just endless.
Oh, it's not too much save. Oh, look what's going on in Colorado. They have to give money back.
I know. I love that.
That's
That is
hilarious.
so funny. What a great law they have in Colorado, though.
Oh, yeah. Like, there's a law down there that if the state makes too much money, that they have to actually return it to the taxpayers. So everyone's going to get a nice chunk of a
Weed
nice
check.
tax refund
Yep.
from the pot sales.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now,
Merry
it's funny
Christmas.
that they mention that because I go, people are probably thinking, I know if I'm in Colorado going, right on, money to buy more weed, and I'll get a check next
And then
year.
you just get
Yeah.
it back. Yeah. Yeah, you just invest in your weed supply and it comes
Just-
right back to
yeah,
you.
Because, you know, it's coming back.
Yeah.
So it's
the
like,
more
yeah, I
and
think
tell your
we're-
friends, the more people that buy weed, the more
buy
it's coming
more
back
weed,
to your ass.
you'll get it back, and you get
Cha-ching.
you get a check at the end of the year for it, right?
Well, and you know, that's how it really, think about it.
it's like a
Here-
co-op. It's like co-op.
I've thought this for a long time, that here in Canada, the raw resources that we have in terms of natural resources here in the
Sure.
country, we should all, as citizens of Canada, get a check every month.
No shit.
Just in the amount
Absolutely.
of natural resources that we have and that we auction off to the highest bidder in
I
other
know.
places. Where the fuck does that money go?
The amount of power we generate in this country.
Yeah.
I know.
I know. We have a massive country, and it has so much wealth.
You know,
that-
when they started selling that shit off, when they changed our money from the old bordered style, had the nice border on it, they went to that spirograph design, because when they did that, and I forget, it was like late 60s, early 70s, I think, they removed some very important words that were printed on the money. And those words were pay to the bearer on demand.
Yes.
So what that meant was, if it said $1, when it said that on the bottom, pay to the bearer on demand, it meant that that was always worth $1. So
In
you owe me
gold.
$1. Here it is. Well, no, that's only worth 97 cents US. It's no. It says $1. It says it's pay to the bearer. It's worth $1. It's always worth $1. Once they took that off,
Canadian dollar, though.
Canadian dollar.
Yeah.
So once they took that off the dollar, the printed money, though, they could fluctuate the dollar any way they wanted.
Right.
It wasn't based on gold anymore.
Well, it was because when you walked in, you could get your dollar in gold.
Gold. That's
And
right.
the
It
United
wasn't based
States
on
was
gold.
similar until Nixon apparently got rid of the gold standard.
Yep.
And in Canada, I guess that it was a similar situation, but it's a strange thing. This fiat currency idea is what you're talking about. It's not based on anything, just the idea that we all give it worth ourselves by saying it has worth. But really, it doesn't have worth. So, yeah, it's a strange thing. Fiat currency is I'm not sure if it's as doom and gloom as guys like Alex Jones claim it is, but I don't think it's very good because it essentially gets run by private enterprise.
Well, it's a controlling thing, currency.
Yeah.
That's right.
The Federal
yeah.
Reserve in the United States is not a government-run operation; it's private.
Exactly.
So that's fucked up.
It becomes a private club.
Those are the guys.
The people who can actually benefit from it, and the rest of us are shut out and we actually support it.
Yeah. And the weird thing is, if you think about it this way, in the United States at least, their fiat currency, when they produce $1, it comes pre-attached with debt. So when they produce $1, it has debt already associated with it. Well, who is that debt to? Why does it have debt associated with it? That's to the
Exactly.
Federal Reserve. But what the fuck? That's instant. Well, what
Because-
is that debt? Why
But
is that?
we're all issued a bond number when we're registered at birth.
Yeah.
So they're using that bond. I think it's 10 grand or whatever the hell it is, or 20 grand. But they use that as the standard instead of gold. It's you.
Yes.
So basically, you're the working gold.
Right, and this idea of
That's
inflation.
supporting this fiat currency. That's
Yeah.
what it's all about. You see, that's where
They have to keep inflating the supply, though, to make it
I
continue
still
to balance,
have my
right?
original birth certificate that's got that red number on the back, and that's what that is, my bond number. Believe it or not, they don't put that on your
Bond.
shit anymore. You can find it. It's hard to get it now, but believe it, I have my original birth certificate from 1958. It's got my bond number on the back in red.
Wow.
Wow.
I did have that piece of paper, but I seem to have misplaced
Well, mine's a plastic card.
it. Oh, I had that too. I had both.
Province of Ontario.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's Tippy behind you. One of the lounge cats coming
Oh,
down.
yeah.
There's one of the happy cats in the lounge.
That's mine.
Yeah.
Tippy, the reason they call him Tippy is because he loves to
I
drink
don't know
out
what's
of glasses
happening with
of water
our
and spill them.
coffee girl. She's taking forever. I'm glad I sent her early. Like I said, right after 4:20, get our coffees.
Tippy.
Tippy
Tippy.
cat. Hi, Tippy. I'm doing the rounds. Good thing it's not Buds. Buds comes down here and moves the cameras around.
Yeah. He likes to do that.
All right. We should, you know what? Does anybody want to win some marijuana?
I think that's a great idea.
You guys in the lounge, you guys want to win marijuana? Would you like to win
Who
some
wants
marijuana?
to win some weed, loungers?
If you want to
Who
win,
wants to win some marijuana?
if you want to win some marijuana, can I get a fuck Harper? All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. You guys over in the back, one person come up from that table, and I'll take this guy over here in the corner because he was paying attention. Hey, Tippy.
Oh,
Tippy the cat cruising, checking it all out. Meanwhile, if you want to put this on the bud cam for a sec, I want to show people this little thing here. Check this out, folks. You think you know what that is?
Plastic vial.
Check the top. Hang on.
I'm kind of afraid to guess any further, but
No, it's not an
Does
anal
look
plug,
like evil.
but you could use it as such if you wanted.
don't
Okay.
leave us with these ideas, Mick.
Here,
Put sample
I'll
here.
pass it over to you to have and you can look at it. Make sure I get this back.
Here's
but
a magazine. You got
pass
10
that
minutes.
around and see if somebody can tell me what that actually knows. Somebody knows what that is.
I don't want
And,
to touch it now.
No, not, it's okay. Just don't use your tongue. Just don't- no.
This is for me?
Asia knows.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
She knows what it is. Bloop.
Coffee has arrived.
Oh, coffee. I was just saying, where the hell's our coffee, girl? Thank you very much. Thanks to Triana for getting us the our coffees. The brown water that makes life good.
It reminds me of something from when I was younger.
No, but that was only
So, all right. So we all know what this is. Now, this is a 2-liter pop bottle, actually, but not yet blown up. But that's how they're shipped. So they can just put a whole whack of them in a box. And I guess somebody who works in the plant can put them in their pockets and give them to people to use for stashes.
No way.
Yeah.
Where did you score that?
Hey?
Where did you score that?
I can't remember who it was, but somebody who gave it to me.
And so it's just they blow it up. They
Yeah,
melt
they
it.
heat it,
Yeah.
and it gets expanded with air, and it becomes a 2-liter pop ball. Because like
How
on
do
the
they keep
lid,
the
it
form
says
so
it says
perfect?
on the lid, look under the cap, and then underneath it says it again in French.
Let me see that thing.
It's like from it'd be like a pop thing. Look under the cap, see if you can win a free. So they heat that and blow it up, and it becomes a 2-liter pop ball.
Could be.
But that's how they ship
Either that
them.
or somebody's pulling your leg.
No, it's true. They worked in the plant.
Wow.
They
That's
grabbed me
super
one.
cool.
I
Wow,
asked them.
that is mind blowing.
They
Very
had
much
one.
so.
Yeah, they had one, and it was like, well, it's just
How do
the
they
way all
keep
that
the
plastic.
form of it when it blows up so big? How do they get
Maybe
it?
they
Why
blow
does
it up
get, like,
inside of
big,
a mold or
like, weird,
something.
like-
I have no idea.
Maybe they heat it up and blow it inside of a mold.
Probably. I was
Inside
just
of a
thinking a
mold.
mold. Probably in a mold.
Oh yeah, that could be.
Probably gets closed into something.
It's like a balloon.
We
probably
should
they
Google
probably
that.
end up doing like 24 at a crack. But they said where they worked, they just had big boxes full of them. So I said, they had one I said, grab me one. So they did. I had it fill a keef at one point.
Yum.
But
Remember-
I thought the nice thing about it, you could jam that up your ass if you had to.
Oh.
That's the nice thing about it.
No, because you
don't know if
you
I wanna
could get it
touch it
through.
now.
No, but you could go through a metal detector with it because it's plastic. Is what I'm saying.
Don't get any
If
ideas.
a person absolutely had to smuggle something, you could.
That's a bad idea.
You heard it here.
Disclaimer. Yeah. Do you remember when they had pop bottles in glass, like 2-liter glass bottles or 1-liter glass bottles? I don't know if they ever had a 2-liter glass bottle, but maybe they did.
No, I don't.
They had a
not
1-liter
two,
glass
but a one.
bottle.
1-liter
Yeah.
glass bottle.
Yeah, I've seen. Oh, someone just showed
Hey,
up.
one of our guests just showed
Yay!
up.
Come.
The Human
Come
Torch.
sit down
Come,
here.
come sit beside Jade.
Welcome to,
There he is. What's up, man?
give him a chance to take off his coat and, if
Can we
you
get
need
a
to
third
grab
mic?
yourself
Handshake.
something, whatever.
Hi.
shake, man.
Hi, how are
Gerald,
you?
Let me widen
We
this
get
camera.
an extra mic. We'll get you a mic here in a moment.
Producer Jeremiah will mic you in a sec.
How's it been?
Good, brother. How are you? Hey. Thanks for coming. Thanks.
Yeah.
Just
No,
give us,
our pleasure. Thanks for coming.
Can you pass him your mic, Jer? Oh, okay. Cool. He's on it.
That'll work just fine. Thank you.
All right.
Hello.
Hey, Happy Family Day.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Him on
Fuck
the frame.
Harper.
Fuck Harper. Fucking made up a holiday. Why not?
Yeah, that's right. Fuck Harper holiday.
So, long time no see.
No kidding.
Last time we really talked, saw you briefly on Jeremiah's show.
Yes.
I crashed here.
That would have been the last time I was here.
last
yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty on.
Since then, I went to Australia.
How was it?
Great. It was awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah. I went to the future. It was cool. I kept looking at Facebook, laughing, and then of course it was like I woke up. I opened up my Facebook, and people were saying, "Oh, happy winter equinox," and I was like, "Fuck that shit! It's summer solstice."
No
Oh.
shit, eh?
Yeah, it was cool.
Hilarious.
For the winter solstice. So yeah, it was. That's it, and then just working hard and stuff, and now we're here. We have a new show. It's like a full year later. I was thinking though, I have video of you doing sublimator hits
Oh boy.
on stage.
Oh boy.
I believe it was.
Where
Was
was
it
this?
420 or was it a Cannabis Day?
Shit, I don't remember.
I think it was one of those, and then you were greening out.
Yeah. That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I've been doing that a lot lately.
Oh, the greening out. Yes.
I've
That
been
was
doing that a lot.
Cannabis Day, I think.
You've been doing that a lot.
Yeah, lately. Cut down on the dabs, and now every time I have one, I just get menopause. Hot sweats, cold flashes. It's horrible. Every time.
Male menopause.
Oh, no.
Instant.
Dab pause.
I like it.
Dabo pause. Well, that's not
Oh
good.
yeah.
What else have you been up to?
Oh man, just painting and comedy and everything.
I
can
love
get my
your
hands on.
art.
Thank you so much.
Your art is phenomenal.
Thank you.
It really is. So what inspires you?
Everything, but the psychedelia, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
get a little
awesome.
fucked up and then get into the paper.
That's awesome.
So you're mostly on paper? Or?
Yeah, usually I've been playing with inks a lot in the last year or so.
Okay.
I'm liking the paper, but everything, sculpting, canvas, everything.
That's great.
Yeah.
Where
That's
are you putting your comedy on? Where you been?
Oh man, everywhere I can, but recently trying to get another dispensary show or lounge show going. It seems to be the way of comedy these days. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was
Awesome.
in Toronto, I took in a lot of comedy there.
They are the forefront on the pod comedy right now.
Well, not just the pot comedy, just comedy.
Just comedy in general.
In general, just a lot of comedy. Well, there's a lot of venues, and I guess the pot venues, so they can practice and just come in and
Just has a whole new kind of aspect to it.
yeah.
Where you got to stay sober enough to remember your lines, but stay with the crowd enough that you're not the sober one in there. Stand out.
I witnessed, it's interesting, working, the pot rooms, the comedians have often, especially like Mike Rita, for instance, often
Yes.
comments that it's hard to work the pot room because people, they're laughing at your joke, but they're sitting on the couch smiling.
Oh, the timing is
And-
completely different.
Yeah.
It's all internal.
You go, I'm laughing on the inside. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll write you an email a couple weeks later telling you it was funny, but at the time.
Or you'll start the next joke, and then they'll laugh. The timing's a little off.
They're just getting the
A little
first
delayed,
joke.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's a whole other world, and I love it.
That's awesome.
So I'd often go to a lot of hanging out at VC, or I go down to comedy, or what's Joey's place?
Oh, Puff Mama's
Underground
Puff-
comedy.
Puff
Toronto
Chat.
Underground.
Yeah.
Underground, yeah. And It was like, yeah, it's very interesting to see this sort of over and over again. And I saw a lot of the same comedians,
Yeah.
and same jokes, but it was good. Some days
Working
were
their
better
craft.
than others. Of
Yeah, exactly.
course, went to Puff Jam, then a little frontier ghost town. It was like a private sort of deal, but we had some of the comedians there. So
that sounds like fun.
So yeah, there was some comedy going on there that was
Right
really
on.
good. There was Boyd Banks and a few others were there.
Right on.
The usual suspects. It was
Yeah,
good.
no
There was
kidding.
mushroom comedy.
Oh,
Oh, that would be a good time.
Yeah, and I think LSD comedy as well. So there,
I think I've done that by accident a few times. Fucking
I gave
LSD.
I was a speaker there. I did my speaking bit in the afternoon, high as hell. on
No
acid.
kidding.
Yeah, I was flying on LSD.
Perfect.
Oh, wow.
And I actually have it recorded.
Even
on
better.
video. It's
Even better.
perfect.
That's
it's all good.
awesome.
Yeah. Best speech I ever gave.
Hell, if
I've
you could
watched
throw
it.
a no-hitter
I've
on
watched it. I was
LSD,
like, holy shit.
you can do anything.
It's amazing how you can collect yourself in a moment when you have to be sober, right?
Yes.
You're like, okay, I have to
The
it's
same
like
thing
it's
happens
almost
when
like
the
a
police pull you
role.
over.
Yeah,
Instantly sober
yeah,
out.
Yeah, but it's good.
Even
it's
if you're not
good.
sober, you're just like everything falls into line.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
focused.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
focused.
Right in the zone.
Oh, you're
As
focused
much as
hard.
you
Yeah,
can be.
pretty
Yeah,
much,
for
yeah.
sure.
LSD
Hopefully.
focus, that's hard.
The opposite happens too. Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Just see your own self on talking to a microphone standing the wrong way. It's weird.
Oh,
Where's
hey.
the audience? Oh wait.
Why is everybody looking at me? What do you guys want? Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Cool. So
But,
inspiration.
yeah, no, the comedy is cool. I think we need more of it here on the West Coast.
Definitely.
I think so too.
I think
Life is too serious.
Yeah.
We need to lighten up. So much crappy shit going on in this world.
Even just to see another viewpoint, like that's
Oh, yeah,
that's the whole
definitely.
point of it. The whole point of satire is to tear down what the fuck's wrong with everything and everybody, and show them a different way.
Well,
That's right.
yeah, I try to do, that's exactly, it's just it's cynical.
Yep.
And, but, if you could it's like, I look at it as, well, sure, things are fucked, but at least we can sort of make a joke about
Exactly,
it, right? There's no
exactly.
sense being all fucking bummed out, right?
Precisely.
Yeah.
No, it would
There's
just
a silver lining in it
gets too
somewhere,
much if you
we
can't
can-
laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
And as an activist, I've found for a long time that ridicule and embarrassment work really well.
Big time.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
So that's and here's something we all gotta do this. I want to get this going on more now. That when you're catcalling or ridiculing like an MP or somebody, it's very important to point. It's important. You gotta
Yeah.
point with your finger. Point. Ha 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 is better than ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
No kidding.
It's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just puts
Yeah.
way much more onto it. The
Pushes the
emphasis.
point. Yeah,
it
for
just
sure.
pushes it right there.
Yeah.
A whole room full of people. Like, you're an idiot, and they point at you.
That's the point of a
Yeah,
court
exactly.
jester. That's
Just
the whole
in
point
case
of
you
it.
didn't realize who we were all talking to, the idiot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No mistakes about it.
Yeah. No. Fuck. Are they pointing at me? Oh man.
Damn right.
How do I get out of here?
Oh God! Oh look, it's 5:00. So I'd like to say, hey, happy 8:00 in Toronto, and
Yeah. Shout out to VC.
and anywhere it happens to be 4:20. Smoke some pot.
Not quite.
You're probably in
420.
Newfoundland. They're 20 minutes behind or something. I don't know, or ahead. Something like that.
I don't
That's a
think
good
it's-
question.
That's funny. Time travel.
They used to do that on the CBC. They'd advertise shows, and then Newfoundland was like the half hour.
I remember
later.
that.
Remember
Yeah.
that shit? 8:00 in the East Coast. 8:30 in Newfoundland.
yeah, I remember that. Oh man. You make me feel so old, Mick.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I just had a birthday. Last week, Friday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you,
I just had one on Wednesday.
Did you really?
And happy
birthday.
birthday.
There you go.
Wow. Look at that.
There you go.
That's
Look at that,
awesome.
And I know Mark Emery's birthday is this Friday coming up.
No kidding.
Yeah, Friday
Right
the
on.
13th.
Oh man.
Hey.
Kind of suits him. Sorry, Mark. I love you, but kind of suits you, buddy.
Yeah, he'll be.
Just
He
saying.
didn't come up for 420, but he's coming up now. The show's on downstairs. Oh, for God's sake!
Did I just say that?
Suits.
It's all good.
It's not always on Friday.
I know. Could have kind of suits him.
And so what else? Oh, and I moved.
Right on.
Yeah.
All done.
Yeah, pretty much.
Perfect.
Mostly. Got it all kind of moved in and need some more shit. Furniture.
What else is new?
Need some
Chairs.
furniture. I need some rugs. Furnitures.
A chair.
Furnitures.
Furnitures,
I
plural.
need furnitures. So what else were we going to ask you about? Your hair.
Oh boy,
Ah,
it comes up here and there.
it comes up.
Yeah.
Your hair comes up there and there,
Boy,
right?
yeah.
No, what was it we were talking about earlier?
It wasn't me, man.
It was
I
political.
said you guys could talk.
It was hair
about whatever you
political.
want.
Hair political.
It was hair political.
Do you paint with your hair?
No. No.
Have you thought about it?
See, you were wrong.
I never said that, Jeremiah.
Oh,
you did.
no,
you did.
I didn't say.
You said he paints with his hair.
No, that was Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, did you say Daryl paints with his hair?
It was Jeremiah.
It was Jeremiah.
No, I don't. I don't paint with my hair, but I do have a reoccurring nightmare of that horrible Canadian movie, The Peanut Butter Solution, every so often. Where the kid loses all his hair, he puts peanut butter and dirt on it, and then it won't stop growing, and some dude wants to cut all his hair and turn it into paintbrushes. It happens all the time in my it's horrible. It's the weirdest movie I've ever seen.
It is.
That's
It's
really
quite
weird.
strange. It's quite strange.
CBC
Yeah.
broadcasting.
I know.
Holy shit.
I like those.
He doesn't just put the solution on his hair on his head. Though he tries to or his friend takes it and tries to.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He does try to maneuver that hair elsewhere, for sure. That was a weird children's movie from the 80s, for crying. The more I think about it,
Kinda
the weirder it
traumatizing.
is. Oh, my goodness. What the hell? Ho-ho.
Pipe? The Gondaf.
Yeah.
So,
I'm good on that.
That is no dab. Old school dabs.
well, that's not dabs. This
No,
is,
it's not.
No. This is.
It has been well over a year since I've smoked flowers.
This
My
is,
goodness.
Wow.
Yeah,
This is LA Confidential.
it's tasty. It's definitely not a dab.
You
though. It's
haven't
weird.
smoked any flowers for over a year?
No, I've been just on the oils and extracts for
Wow.
You
just
haven't
over
even
a year.
shared a joint with somebody or
Nah,
anything?
I can't. I just feel like I'm wasting their weed. There's nothing work. It doesn't work at all anymore.
Oh,
I smoke 4 or 5 joints in a row and nothing. It's nothing. Even this is pretty much first thing in the morning for me. And no, nothing. It's really. My tolerance has gone way down, but not enough for a pot to make any effect. It's strange. No worries.
But would you like a dab then?
No, I'm good. I'm twacked. I made some Rick Simpson oil a couple days ago and then just poured it into capsules. And
Yes.
I think I took a couple last night. I meant to take one before bed,
Did you make it with ISO?
but then I forgot and took another one and then
Did you
probably
make it
took
with
another
ISO?
one. Yeah, I made it with ISO.
Thank you.
Yes.
Please make your oil with ISO,
ISO
guys.
and my secret is the little AeroPress coffee maker. It's the quickest and cleanest way I've ever made oil. It's about a $20 coffee maker. It's a giant syringe. Works perfectly.
Great.
Takes about 10 minutes. 15 start to finish.
Actually, we should
No.
definitely
Good question.
do that. Where do we find your art? So everybody get a pen.
I want to know if they're making bets on how many cans of hairspray.
3 or 4. 3 or 4 cans, yeah. And just put anything in it that you can find that's sticky. Glue.
Do you
flour,
wash your hair
egg
every
whites.
day and do it
Yeah.
every day? Wow.
Yeah, why not?
That's
Life's
awesome.
too short. Who cares, you know?
No, that's
Yeah.
cool.
It's like a cage. You could put probably an animal in there and it would live quite nicely for a long time.
Most parties I go at, I come home finding joints and things in it all the time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I do find a lot of joints in my hair.
Has a bird ever tried to live in it?
Not yet. Not yet.
When I had my long hair, I had a mouse.
Living in your hair.
Well, it was like a cat toy, but it was made like out of like I guess rabbit fur or something. Like it looked like a real mouse.
Wow.
I had it sort of tied in there, and half the time you wouldn't even notice it, my hair, right? But every once in a while, like it would be peeking out. And people thought like you'd be looking at me and eyes would get really big. And shit. You have a fucking mouse in your hair, dude. And
Well,
I'm
that'd
like,
be creepy.
yeah, so. Yeah, it's a tail
What the
coming
heck?
out of my shirt.
Oh, jeez. So, anyways, going back to, do you have a website, sweetie?
I do and I don't, but the best way to
Okay.
find me is on Facebook, really.
Facebook,
The
so-
Daryl Brown.
The Daryl Brown.
Daryl Brown.
Or just Daryl Brown, not the Daryl Brown.
The Daryl Brown.
Oh, the Daryl.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Daryl Brown.
The Daryl Brown.
Too many others.
There you
There
are.
you go. So you guys, please check that out and support your local artists and glassblowers. And yeah,
Yeah, we
Thanks
like
for being
we
on the
like the
show.
local.
Thanks for
local
having me.
stuff. Yeah, stick around. You don't have to go
yeah,
unless
you
have
have
somewhere
to stick
go.
around.
You have somewhere to go. We're gonna give away some pot.
That
that's
sounds
what
like
we're gonna
fun.
do. Let's give away some weed.
Awesome.
There were some guys here, but they left. No. Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's not you. Okay, well, fine. You're still not you. I'm trying to pick one of the lounge patrons who we don't know.
Okay, you
Somebody in the
guys.
back-
You
you
guys
guys
in the
wanna
back
win
corner
weed?
over there. We're gonna play a game now. You guys want to win some weed?
You want to win some weed?
Come on over. Surround yourselves. Win some weed here.
You want to win some weed?
All you have to guess is
Okay.
how much does this bud weigh. Okay? You just have to guess the weight. That's all you have to do. You don't have to put on a tutu and sing or
Yeah, yeah.
anything
Come on up,
crazy.
you.
know,
Come on,
it's just
two
a
guys right
simple
there.
guessing game.
Both of you guys, come on up.
Like, how easy is that for free weed?
All right, we got some.
Okay,
hang
good,
on.
good.
Here we go.
Right on.
Too loud.
Let's go.
These two guys right here in the DJ, this guy, you two, come on a little bit forward up and
Come over here.
come on over here or something. That's
So
it.
we can see you
Try not to
guys.
knock the hell
There
out
we
of
go.
everything. It's kind of crowded here. What's your name? Joel. Edward. Okay. Do you? It's all right. All right. So we're anyways. You know how to play this game? How much does that bud weigh? Yeah. You've seen the game before. I show you some weed. You're gonna guess. All right.
Can we hold it?
No, you don't get to hold it. You only get to eyeball it. This
The
is
eyes
it.
only.
See, this is it. This is the name of the game. Is just it's to check your eyeball skills. How much you can judge by just looking. So that's what we're doing. And you got no problem having some weed mailed to you? In the mail? Yeah, it'll get mailed to you. From budbuddy.biz, the prize.
How much is it? How much weed do they win?
A couple grams.
But it gets sent to the mail?
Yeah, very in a discreet package. From our sponsor. From Bud
The
Buddy.
sponsor will ship it to you.
Yeah. That's
Yeah?
what they do.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
You live here somewhere, right? Yeah. No, it'll be.
No.
No one will know. No one will know. It's. All right. So, you got the bud cam, or which cam are we on?
Yeah, bud cam's on right now.
This is the bud here, and I'll stand up and you guys can look at it closer. But this is so the guys at home can see it. And
Be as accurate as you can. Like.
So the chatters are all guessing now. We've got 4.1, 5.3, 3.7.
4.3 is your guess?
How much is you're going to guess? 3.9. 5.3? All right.
No, 4.3, sorry.
Yeah, he said 4.
Sorry. All right. 3.9 and 4.3. And the weight of this is, including the bag, 4.4.
Including the bag?
Yeah.
What about the bag? That's a different story.
Oh, you want it out of the bag?
You have to have it out of the bag, dude. What are you doing?
All right.
The bag weighs a lot. Unless that's part of the guessing process.
Usually it is, but that's okay.
Well, you gotta say that.
Next time we will. So the total weight is 3.5.
Congratulations.
He had 3.9. He's 0.4 off. Nicely done. Very close, very close. Can I get you to just write down your information where you want to, for your mailing? Okay, right on.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thanks for playing, guys. I appreciate it. You're going to get a... Hang on a sec. Don't go. She's got something for you there. From our sponsors, 3 Happy Cats and budbuddy.biz. And is one of our happy cats... Oh, he's going to write it down. He's got his own paper. Cool. All right.
So you medicated on your RSO there? You look.
I am really fucked up.
You look so smiley.
It's really strange to wake up high. I didn't go to sleep high, but I sure as hell woke up high.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Awesome.
That's
Feels like
pretty
I'm
cool.
still sleeping. It's not bad.
It's
I
like
like
I'm
it.
still sleeping.
Oh, man.
We're going to go on the show and sleep. That's right.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the 420 lifestyle. We just like walk around asleep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I just need a blanket suit, and I'm stoked.
A blanket suit.
It'd be perfect. But like
snuggie,
a
yeah.
suit cut. You need a
onesie
snuggie
and
suit.
That's what I think we need now is onesies, but with look like suits.
Yeah, it's perfect.
You
I
could,
saw
you
a
could do the
tuxedo
pants and
onesie.
everything, right? The shirt, the pants, the tie, the whole thing. It was perfect. The onesie suit.
That's all I really need in life.
As long as it has an ass flap, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. No,
The onesie ass flap
it's a
suit.
necessity.
Leave one button undone.
Yeah, I have one of those. Jade gave me one.
I did. I bought him one for Christmas. It had a moose on it, and
Nice.
First thing I did was undo one button.
and then on the ass it said Canada A. Yeah, they had a moose or something on it.
And Tracy Curley,
Yes,
she gave
Miss
me
Curly.
one. It says dope. Big letters across the
Nice.
front. It just says dope.
It's green, right? Is it green?
No, it's red.
Oh, it's red.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome.
And so I actually have 2 onesies. Go figure.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
you
should
should
have
turn
a
that
onesie
camera around.
Onesie show. Oh yeah.
And, yeah, we should have a onesie show. I think we should, where we just hang out here in our onesies.
Jeremiah.
We'll wait for Christmas or something for that when it's cold.
Yeah.
When it's like, not so much that it's that cold here, just when it gets dark real early at that time of the year.
Yeah. Oh, too funny.
Yeah, I can't really call it winter.
No.
It's just that dark time of the year, dark
Yeah.
early time.
The dark early time.
That's it. Short day when. Not now.
Awesome.
No, what was it yesterday? 14 degrees?
Yeah, it was 14. I was
Holy
sleepless yesterday.
shite. Mm-hmm. Walking around in shirt
Yeah.
sleeves.
It's probably the first time in my adulthood I haven't had SAD because of the weather. Every winter in the prairies is just like depressing. It's like, and it's like it's just you get this depressing things, like you just don't want to do anything. Yeah. The motivation is just gone. But here it's completely different. I'm like managing. The rain is like nothing for me to even remotely be complaining about. The fact that it's raining but it's plus 14 is just like is more than I could ever ask for. So I'm really happy here, and yeah, that was a good top 10 list today in regards to the BC there. So.
Well, that's with the spring-like weather we've been experiencing. It was basically, and it's just February.
Yeah, right.
No kidding.
You know, like this is. We were having some
beautiful.
nice days still in January.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, no, it's like spring in BC as usual. Like the crocuses are up. People are posting pictures already of the crocuses online.
Yeah, so beautiful.
Oh, welcome to BC. Look, flowers are coming up. Trees are in bud. Some of the bushes and stuff.
Yeah, it's just so beautiful here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
I like living here.
Me too.
It's good to be home.
Well, I was born in Burnaby, so yeah, it's good to be home.
I don't know if you're familiar with this book.
I am not.
All right. Well, this book came out just late last year. Party of One. So a book by Michael Harris, basically exposing Stephen Harper and what he's all about. Reflections on a Prime Minister on the back. I'd prefer to say Reflections on a Crime Minister.
Right.
So basically, a lot of different people that have been, they talk about all the people Harper's thrown under the bus and all the scandals and things like that. So this basically goes into details on a lot of the stuff in basically in a very recent time. So it's up to date in the last few years of Harper, going back 9 years or so of his government, and depending on what we're looking at. Details quite a bit. I'm just going to read a little bit from this and we can talk about it. Because I'm constantly, people are like, how can you read that? It just makes me angry. I'm like, oh yeah, well, you're just reading it. It's like, I know half the stuff, but it's nice to get more details just so icing on the cake, if you have. This is in regards to the death of evidence is the chapter. And it's, I don't know if you remember, but when Harper's been muzzling scientists in Canada, and there was a big protest a year or so back where a bunch of scientists actually marched on Parliament Hill and held a large, they toted a coffin out and said this was it, the death of evidence in Canada. Government muzzled all the government scientists now, and was shutting down the experimental lakes ELA experimental lakes program, which has been going on for decades, which is responsible for some great data that's been important in decision making in this country, especially in regards to our fresh water, something that's kind of important.
How you think?
So this is going back, talking about the cod quotas that were killed off in on the East Coast. If some of you remember that, when that actually happened. Tragically, going back as far as 1986, scientific studies had been suggesting a disaster was brewing in the water. But the studies had not been widely shared among the Department of Fisheries and Ocean Scientists, the DFO. As a fish biologist, Hutchings could find no evidence for the abundance of cod allegedly found in DFO surveys. He and a colleague, the late Ransom Myers, were bitterly attacked by senior DFO managers for questioning departmental stock assessments, quotas, and the selective use of scientific studies. By the summer of 1992, the attacks on Hutchings and Myers came to an abrupt halt. There was no more room for empty ego over sucking up to politicians for self-interested denial. The fish were gone. So the scientists have been raising the flags about this for some time, but just the different governments, they just kept, pushing that aside, and it's gotten steadily worse over the years to the point where now there literally is no commercial cod fishery on the East Coast. They've completely decimated one of the wonders of the world.
Wow.
Same thing now is going on with our fresh water, with the environment, with so many different things now with this Harper government. It's just outrageous. But yeah, get this book, read it. You'll be amazed at some of the details in here, like stuff I didn't find out. Last time I was looking at something in here, I read a bit there. All the lawyers in Canada asked the International Law Association to intervene on stuff that he was doing. I never even knew. That wasn't even reported in local medias or anything. I never heard anything about it. But yeah, they kept that out of the 11 o'clock news, or 6 o'clock news on television, that's for sure. I never heard nothing. Nobody did. No, the international courts got involved and ruled that that some of his legislation could be ruled like out of line, contempt. They reversed it. Crazy shit goes on.
Yep, so another tribute to Fuck Harper Day, a.k.a. Family Day.
Family Day, brought to you by the BC Liberals. Who like to... Krusty Clark.
Krusty Clark.
Krusty Clark and the BC Fibrils. That's right.
She's just about as good as Ralph Klein.
Just about as good as Ralph Klein. Yeah, that she'd be just about as good in the same place.
Ooh.
Had to throw that in. Hey, it's not too soon. Come on. It's an appropriate length of time. Yeah. Term I said, hell, you mean?
Clever.
Oh, shit. Yeah, fuck.
Ralph Klein was great.
Oh, yeah.
Getting drunk, yelling at homeless people.
Pretty much. That was
man.
Ralph Klein. He got drunk, yelled at homeless people, got in fights in the bar. You know.
Jeez.
Yeah. Drunk driving. Yeah.
Yeah. Him and Gordo together.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you, those guys took lessons. And Klein, what else did he bring in? He brought in some real controversial law in Alberta or something. Oh, he said, I'm going to ship all the homeless to BC. That was it. That was one of his great.
You have to wear your cowboy hat on Sundays.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Backwards.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Oh, Ralph Klein. God. That's digging up an old enough. Oh, God. That's as bad as me sending Harper mail saying, I hear there's a lineup for people waiting to shit on your grave.
Oh.
Absolutely. Wouldn't be able to show without some poop discussion. Oh, God. This last story we got on here, we should talk about this before we get ready to close the show off shortly. This is, you want to start and talk about this one?
Kill the Messengers. This is Stephen Harper and how our elected leaders meddle with the media. This is a little blurb by...
This is a book, actually.
Oh, it's a book.
Yeah, it's a book that's out. Kill the Messengers. Stephen Harper and how our elected leaders meddle with the media. That's the title of the book. Oh, it's... Kill the Messenger. Stephen Harper's Assault on Your Right to Know is the title of the book.
Right, by Mark Borey.
Mark Borey.
All right, so...
386 pages, $32.99, written last year.
So it says here, criticism can be handled in a number of ways if you're a politician. You can deal with it head on and defend yourself, although that might just end up empowering your opponents. You can ignore it, although it's doubtful the media or the opposition will let you get away with that. You can undercut the sounds of criticism and make it more difficult for others to point out any problems, although that's not exactly great for democracy. But hey, it just might work. Right here. Its title suggests author and journalist Mark Borey's story, Kill the Messenger, Stephen Harper's Assault on Your Right to Know, argues that Canada's PM has chosen the last option.
Yeah, the last option, which basically is, undercutting the sources of criticism and making it more difficult for others to point out any problems, although that's not exactly great for democracy.
No, it's not.
No.
No, so first, Borey explains that he was to move to centralize more and more operations and messaging out of the Prime Minister's office. Staffers for cabinet ministers can't so much as schedule a friendly photo op without first clearing it with the centre, as a PMO is called.
Yeah. The centralization has spread into the bureaucracy too, where government workers are warned against ever interacting with reporters. That's basically come out to the muzzling of government scientists who are nearly impossible to interview, which is what we were just discussing, how they've done that. And this isn't because they don't want to talk, but it's because the handlers are instructed to keep them quiet. This is the reason that Bourrier writes that many scientists' research raises uncomfortable questions about conservative government's environmental policies, and it's easier to cut those questions off at the source rather than be forced to answer them. So, at the same time, journalists' ability to combat this crackdown has drastically been weakened by what he calls the perfect media storm. Declining advertising revenue coupled with dramatic changes in technology have led many media outlets to downsize or shutter their parliamentary bureaus completely. Once newspapers such as the Windsor Star or the Montreal Gazette had reporters based in Ottawa writing for a specific audience back home, these days most journalists are writing for a general national audience. It makes it much easier for the centre to keep a single consistent message. There's even been times when the centre tried to bypass the filter of journalists and deliver the message itself. Government advertising has skyrocketed, as we talked about, under Stephen Harper during his time in power, with ads for like his economic action plan, as we mentioned, airing during the Stanley Cup playoffs. That doesn't cost any money. And millions being spent on commercials touting benefits for veterans, while veterans themselves complain about offices closing.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about spin and bullshit. It's like getting a fucking hand job when you've paid for, like, a blowjob. What the fuck?
Jeez. My word.
Well, Bourrier's historical perspective is useful.
Jeremiah says, no, it's even worse.
It's even worse.
It's even worse. You're still getting something. Yeah.
Yeah, you get a little card. Yeah, that's it. You're getting advertising for one. See us for more.
Yeah, they hand you a signed photo of Stephen Harper with a hole in it.
Okay, well...
Yeah, right. Oh,
okay.
Man.
Well, Bourrier's historical perspective is useful, as is Jeremiah's. He misses the chance to place Canada's experience in international scope. Many of the same restrictions seen in Canada are part of a worldwide trend. In the United States, for instance, President Barack Obama has held far fewer press conferences than his immediate predecessors, although still far more than Harper ever has, and has cracked down harder on anyone in government leaking information to the public.
So what does that all matter?
What does it matter?
I'm asking you.
You're going to tell me.
Is it just all the gripping of the media elite who cover Parliament, or is something more at stake here? Some of the book's most valuable sections illustrate how kind of the controlling applied to the media and the public sphere is being applied to policy making. Think that dismantling on the long gun registry, cancelling the long-form census, or ignoring declining crime rates, which, when crafting new justice legislation. If you are determined to pass certain kinds of laws, then suppressing the flow of information about how effective the laws are to make them more difficult to criticize.
Somebody got something on? Okay, sorry. I'm hearing somebody's got something on over there. Yeah.
Rude.
Yeah, interesting enough about the long gun registry. This is the same government that thought the long-term census form was too intrusive. Now wants to bring in the government spy bill and secret police. But they got rid of the long-form census because it's too intrusive.
No, it's because that's how they collect scientific information.
That's it. That's what it is. It's how there's evidence. That's evidence-based information.
Totally.
They don't want the evidence. They don't want the paper trail. Eliminate the paper trail.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, I was reading another part in this book how there was people in government bureaucrats were actually joking in emails about deleting emails. This was right out of an MP's mouth. According, this was an MP being interviewed, an ex-MP. It's in the book, and I'm only a third of the way through. It's just these people are so bad.
Well, no wonder they're jumping ship.
No, it's not just the politicians, like especially federal politicians. Or like I said earlier in the show, they're extremely hardcore.
Yeah.
No fucking around, nasty fucking people, or they wouldn't be where they are today. They got there on the backs of others.
That's right.
You know, that's how they climb that fucking ladder. And it's all that fake fucking photo op plastered bullshit smile and the certain clothes and the certain car and they live in the certain neighborhood and all the it just goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
And being able to like, oh yes, you can vet me, look at my perfect life, I never Lily bullshit. That's how does that represent the constituents of your riding? Well, I think the guy hanging out in the corner maybe better represents most of the people. Fucking, you know,
He's probably had the
some
most
of
experience through the life circumstances, that's for sure.
It's all lies.
Lies.
Power corrupts.
Don't believe the lies.
Power.
How many scandals does this crew need for something to actually stick to them?
Well, yeah, that's that Teflon Harper guy. You know, he's got that.
They have scandal after scandal. And
Crazy.
people are still like, yeah, I like that guy. It seems like a good guy, good haircut.
Yeah. Well, they have an incredible team of media people, and like I say, the controlling information, and again,
Hockey Night in Canada.
and the deflect and reroute the situation somewhere else. They've had a lot of success with deflecting. You know, oh, they blame somebody else. They divide. It's if you just and you know how the conservatives, they don't answer a question. They just spout off rhetoric and feel that that's an answer, that that's sufficient. But they don't answer questions. Never answer direct questions. No. So that's just been the way they've been for, you know, as long as they've been in power. And more so as a majority government. You know.
Well, I think things are going to change next election, that's for sure. Like drastically. But it can't come soon enough, that's for sure.
I think it would just be hysterical to see not only the Conservatives go down in flames before the next election, I would love to see some of them start talking coalition shit. Because I think a coalition government would work. The three other parties.
That'd be interesting,
That you got
actually.
three elected parties. Or if long as the Greens retain their seat.
They'll never do it.
No, but it would be the way to go, though.
Oh, yeah.
And it,
Calling for that forever.
well,
To treat
what
it-
if
to
Harper
treat
gets
it-
back
yeah.
in, though? They almost have to. And they will. I think they would. They would just do it. I think they won't put up with another fucking 4 years of that shit. They think they'll form a coalition.
Well, if he has a majority, it won't matter.
No, but they won't get a majority. I don't think he could.
I don't think so, not after this
I don't
shit.
think that's within reach.
No.
You think so?
That's how I read the articles on it.
Yeah, we're still a long way away yet.
Right.
They can still get a majority.
Well, they could, but I don't know.
There's been so much gerrymandering in the past 4 years.
True, that's true. Yeah, they really.
Yeah. They've moved all the riding to it.
Yeah. Yeah. You should grab that mic. You're gonna.
338 ridings next election. Out of 15 more in BC.
15 more ridings in BC.
And 15 more in Ontario. 30 in Ontario.
Yeah. And by that too, they tried to split up ridings where they lose, where they can't gain seats. So they split those ridings up where they feel that they might get a seat out of that.
Program for conservative wins.
Absolutely, there's a formula that's fed into a computer that does this shit. Yeah, and there's a lot of ties to the Conservative Party to the American Republican Party. that people don't realize, the GOP. And that's, they oh God, I've got the guy's name in the book here and stuff too. Finkelstein or I think Arthur Finkelstein or Norman Finkelstein. It's a guy that was behind Bush and all those guys, the big ad guy. He's the giant killer. You get him on your campaign, guarantees results. Everyone he's ever worked for, has got elected to like presidencies or has worked on a number of this guy. He's got it down to a fine art, but he works mostly he's right wing, heavily. But all the attack ad business and the divide, your voters, all that's right out of his playbook, which is and exactly what Harper's doing.
Wow.
Clearly, dump the evidence, dump science, spout your own shit off. Look how much money the guy spent. Harper spent on spouting advertising the War of 1812, of all things, and spent like a fraction of that to celebrate the anniversary of our, the 100th anniversary? I don't know, the 50th anniversary of our flag. Of the Canadian flag. No, you missed that one? That was just recently, actually. It was the anniversary, a big anniversary of our, the flag, the red and white flag. And he spent nothing on it. It was a small ceremony, but they spent shitloads on that, advertising the War of 1812.
Of course.
Well, because they're warmongers.
They are warmongers.
It's all about fear and, war.
War of 1812 was like our bravest time. We burned the White House to the ground.
They want to make it look like we're a warring nation. Like, war. We're not strangers to war. Rather than spend money on spouting off the fact that we're like a nation of great peacekeepers, and all that missions that fucking crap.
Including the flag. I'm glad they didn't spend that much money on it.
Well, yeah, me too. But just to show you like what they think is important, though, right? Because the flag is unity.
Right.
That brings we're all Canadians. It's unity. No, they'll spend no money on that. That's the point I'm trying to get at, though. It's not that they should have spent big money on it, but if they're going to spend money, that's where it should have gone, to promote unity, not to fucking promote some war.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And again, it gets down to what I've always thought about the red poppies. I mean, you don't learn anything by you just perpetuating the past. You gotta make a change.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's why I support the white poppy with the green center.
Should make black poppies to end war.
Well,
just to end it all, just to end everything, just world peace.
Well, white is the sign for peace.
Or white, yeah.
So, the white poppy is the sign of peace, and that's to show respect that, there shouldn't be any more deaths. These guys didn't die in vain,
crazy.
that we keep sacrificing people. That the war meant something, and we learned something, and we've, learned how to live peacefully and not continue, the same old over and over and over again. Well, I don't understand that.
Crazy. Do we not have one more guest today?
Well, we were supposed to have another guest today.
No, but I think we still have another guest, don't we?
No. Another guest? Who?
I thought we were going to have somebody from Three Happy Cats come.
She's not here.
Where'd she go?
She's not here?
Yeah, she's right there.
Oh.
But she's devoured in her phone right now. Are you coming to be on the show?
I can't see her. She's hiding. I can't even see her over here.
I'll switch.
There she goes.
It's okay.
It's
okay. You got one with the couch. We understand.
Yeah. Daryl's just melted into the couch.
He
I'm
is.
fucked. I'm really fucked.
All right.
I've been up for an hour, and I'm fucked.
Well, thanks for coming on, Daryl.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Appreciate it.
Where are you playing next?
Oh, God, I don't even know yet. What day is it?
Today's Monday.
Monday.
Oh,
The 9th
shit.
of February.
Tonight at the Beaver Pub on Granville.
The Beaver Pub on Granville tonight.
I will be there, yes.
Nice.
Wednesday,
Cool.
perhaps at Yuck Yucks.
Wednesday at Yuck Yucks, maybe,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah, that would be
Fair
cool.
enough. Right
Yeah.
on.
Thanks for having me.
Check that shit out if you're in Vancouver.
Oh, thank God. Come on in.
Hey, hey.
Hi.
Right
How
on.
are
Hi.
you?
Daryl Brown.
Good.
Awesome.
Asia,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm good.
Nice to see you here. And tell us what's new and exciting. In
New and exciting. Let's
what are
see.
you up to these days?
Oh, apparently, yeah, free porn for 2 days. That was pretty epic.
Yeah. The site got hacked.
Haha.
It did, yeah.
Our site
So-
got hacked. I
so
tell you,
dumb.
that's really such a sign of cowardice. You know, the bravery of being out of range. That's what that amounts
It's
to.
just
It
jealousy.
really does.
It's just sheer jealousy.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that.
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
people get bored, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
But there's no more free porn.
Boredom.
know. No more free porn, I'm
No more
sorry
free
to say.
porn. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
the free
unfortunately.
porn is gone. You'll have to pay for your porn or find it somewhere else.
Yeah, that's
like the
right. You have to find it
old-fashioned
somewhere
way.
else, yeah.
Yeah. Find it the old-fashioned way on the internet. Yeah.
So, new and exciting.
L.A. Confidential.
Well, yeah, that's pretty exciting, and it's new.
Yum.
That's a soil-grown product, actually.
Which?
It's a soil-grown product.
Soil grown.
Yeah.
Ah, my favorite.
It's pretty good. New and exciting. I would say new and exciting is definitely around Weed Woman right now. We're starting our presentation mock-ups for Mardi Gras 2015 in Nimbin.
That's right. That's in April. No, March.
No, it's in May. It's May 2nd
May.
and 3rd. And they're having a big medical marijuana vote on May 1st. And we'll be there in Nimbin recording with the Hemp Embassy president and some of the other members that are down there. I believe, what's the writer of Jesus Weed? What was his name again? Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. I can't remember off the top of my
He'll be
head.
back there again,
Yeah.
regardless, yeah.
I know who you. Was it Andrew?
Possibly. You know, I have the book in my bag, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
They have this weed in Australia called Jesus weed.
That's
and,
right. Jesus
around
weed.
Nimbin. I guess it's a strain that's well known there. And there's a little book about it that was given to the three happy cats. And
That's so
yeah,
cute.
it's signed by the author.
It's a great book.
Yeah.
Yeah, they launched a $9 million medical marijuana program when Opus and myself were down in Australia. And they are just finishing up the results of that, and then they're going to do a federal vote on whether the public wants it or not.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really, really great.
It
Great
is.
activism.
Considering Australia's, they have funny rules down there. Like, you can't just protest openly. It's weird. I saw an article a little while ago about some guy, one of the provinces, I think in Queensland. They're having an election for something, and one of the guys who's running, he has all his supporters wearing the same color blue shirts, like it's like a baby blue with his name or whatever on it, and they would be like go and stand on corners and wave at people and stuff driving by. And so this guy, he got the same blue shirt done up with I'm with stupid. And he would go and stand with them and wave. And that was his way. He was protesting. And I saw a picture in the news article, and he was being led away in handcuffs.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he got
violated
arrested.
the speech.
There's some bullshit
yeah,
law
with the free
that
speech,
you're
they're
not allowed to
say certain
not
things,
allowed
to
free
do certain
speech.
things.
No free speech in Australia.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't use the word high either. You can be high on the mountain, but you can't be intoxicated off illicit drugs with the
Yeah.
word high, which is strange. And it's a mandatory minimum for breaking the law for words you're not supposed to use.
Yeah.
And we met the owner of Happy High Herbs that had to change the name of his business as well.
Yeah,
because it
Happy
said
High Herbs couldn't
high
call
in
it
his name, yeah.
high. No, because it implied you could get high, like you might be
Wow.
getting buzzed.
Yeah.
And there's no hemp seeds in Australia.
Yeah, no hemp seeds
You can't
allowed.
get hemp seed. It's like one of the only places left on the planet you can't get hemp seed.
Really?
Yeah, you can get hemp seed almost everywhere.
You know, I remember they made Big P here in the city change the name of his store. It was called Big P's Used Shit. And
Big P's used shit. Couldn't call it because it said shit.
you couldn't use the word shit.
Never mind that.
So what? Big P's used stuff.
used shit.
That would have kept the acronym or the abbreviation the same, you know.
Used feces.
Stuff, shit, works.
Doesn't work, that one. That one doesn't work. Oh, God.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So you're headed back
Lord.
to Australia in May.
I actually leave 2 days after 420. I leave on the 22nd. I don't arrive until the 24th.
Yeah, I know
and
about
it's just,
that. I know about that.
one drive up, and then I'll be right in Nimbin. And we've got some really strange accommodation, actually. We'll be staying at like a hippie house 20 minutes away from downtown. Pictures are very, very hippie. That's all I can really say. Lots of beads. Kind of, it's almost like right out of the 70s where we'll be staying.
That's awesome. Lots of
Cool.
pictures. We can't wait to see them.
Oh.
That sounds like so
Well, that
much
sounds
fun.
pretty cool.
Happy Cats just did some new sweatshirts and some buttons, and I think that's pretty much everything for
Right on.
new.
Use that mic
Cool.
up.
Yeah, there we go.
Sweatshirts, new buttons, and some T-shirts, some V-neck T-shirts.
Yeah.
So awesome. So that's cool. So Happy Cats, we're rolling right along here.
Yeah, actually, and we're also doing a presentation with Rebecca Ambrose from the Seed Bank on
In Nimbin.
In Nimbin on medical marijuana history in Canada.
That's right, Rebecca from the Vancouver Seed Bank.
Yeah, that'll
Rebecca
be nice.
Ambrose, another great activist, and
Yes.
someone who's been on, other shows I've done before, matter of fact. She actually had a show that followed one of my shows. I forget what show that was, even. What show was that called? No, my show, back then. Was it Opus Live back then? The first Opus Live? I don't know.
I think it was Opus Live, yeah. Are we that stoned?
That's stoned. I don't know. We're all fucking high. That just tells you how good
There's
the weed
a good
is.
quiz question.
The weed we smoke's pretty darn good. And the dabs. The oil. And the edibles. Oh, I would like to mention, though, that the chili is awesome.
Oh, yeah, that chili was great.
Medicated chili from Prairie Mountain Lifestyles.
Yeah, thank you guys. I'm glad you enjoyed that. That website is www.com, Prairie Mountain
No.
www.com.
www.com.
www. Oh, yeah.
See?
Prairie
Told you
Mountain
I
we
am
smoked too much
stoned.
weed. Yeah.
No
.com.
food. There you go. www.prairiemountainmedibles.com. There we go.
Prairie Mountain Medibles, not
Yeah.
Lifestyle. Okay.
Well, the webpage is called Lifestyle. You'll see. If you go in there, check it out.
Yeah.
Anyways, good chili. Good stuff. Check that out. That's medicated chili, and it works well.
And that page is all mail order, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's mail order, and we do priority shipping. So, yeah. Good stuff on that website.
And Three Happy Cats has some amazing blueberry jam. If
Yes. You guys have
happen
great
to be
jam.
wanting,
Yeah,
if
that's
you're also a
homemade in
fan of the
Langley.
medibles, that stuff is that stuff will get you really fucked up.
We call it jammed face. Well, when we have the chili, we call it chili face because we're like,
Oh God, yes.
we get the Bill Cosby face going on.
It wasn't so bad last night because I only ate a cup of it, but the first
Yeah.
time I ate 2 of those containers,
Oh,
and I
man.
had a hard time in the morning. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I need bed," but I was like, "That's your fault for eating 2 jars."
Moderations.
I got up
Yeah.
this morning. I thought it was
stuff.
early. I realized it was like 10.
Oh, wow. You
Well, I
slept
just had
good.
1 cup of the chili last night. It was like,
Slept good.
I'm gonna go eat those sugar bombs tonight.
Yeah, Pixie sticks.
That's right. Yeah, we just got in new sugar bombs at Happy Cats, and then we've got some peanut butter candies coming in as well. Those are all made by Fraser Valley Co-op. That's the company that came with us to the Prairie Cup.
Cool.
And they won second place with us for Indica and Hybrid.
Awesome.
Yeah, I review a lot of their stuff, and it's pretty good. I must say, those people there
I
doing,
I
they
concur.
know they do their stuff well. They do their shit. They know
They know
their
their
stuff.
business, that's for sure. They got some of the best stuff that I've ever had, too.
Can I open a tab?
Oh, yeah.
I have to find the
What are you looking
author for Jesus Weed.
for? Oh, yeah. You just Google. Okay. Or that, yeah.
There you go.
Well, that can't be it. Look at that.
Jesus Weed, Thug Life.
Oh,
no,
Steve
I don't think that's the one.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
We'll just type in Nimbin, I guess.
There you go.
There. Asia's just trying to find the author of the Jesus weed. Meanwhile, don't forget on Wednesday, Marijuana Man from Under the Seed Desk will have his show here at 4 o'clock with Al the Alchemist sitting in.
Are you looking?
And Miss Kush Queen. Thank you, Jer, for I forgot, yes. Can't forget Kush Queen. On Friday, Jeremiah's show, Cannabis Culture News. He'll have that on CCN News. And as well, tomorrow on Vapor Central, and I believe here at Pot TV, you pick up Matt Murnau's show. He's
Yes,
on.
the TMZ.
Check out TMZ.
Definitely.
And I believe if it's not on right now or after my show, probably the CK podcast is on. Mm-hmm. That's always good. Cal Post. Yo, you short little fuck. I have to say that. Just, because I love Cal so much. He's such a great guy. We have that thing going on. We were supposed to have our sumo wrestler suit fight. We never did for charity.
That would be so fun.
That was going to be hilarious. We didn't quite get to that. But, well, yeah, then there's Weedy Wednesdays, Third Class Thursdays. There's so much going on. Redbeard has his show on here on Saturday.
Yes, he does.
Check that out. Some live glass blowing at 4 p.m. You were going to say something?
I was just going to say that it's been so long since I've seen the Weedy Wednesday. It's Dana Larson was hosting it the last time I saw that.
Oh, Weedy Wednesday. I know I didn't say Weedy Wednesday. No.
Oh, I thought that's what you had said. I was like, that's been a long time.
No,
Sorry,
no,
go ahead.
no.
Continue. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the different one. Speaking of, you got to change the Pod TV thing that comes up. You know how when you punch it in like Pod TV and then like on the cover it's got like yeah, yeah. You know the one I'm talking about where because it lists like La Sparca, all those old all that's.
You're sharing just the URL pod.tv, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it gives you like some images from the page.
Old stuff.
It just gives you random images from the
But no, the right up beside the images is all old like ancient stuff.
Is this the one here?
It's got like Rene Bourget and all kinds of old stuff from like it's like it's 10 years old easy, at least 10 years old.
classic archives, baby.
Yeah, that's the classic archives. I'll tell you,
Going
some of my
back.
stuff's in there even.
We're done recording at 6?
6 o'clock, we're done. When pretty much, I was just kind of signing off here.
All
and
right. Well,
giving
before we
us the
sign
sign
off,
off.
the author of Jesus Weed his name is Gerald Taylor.
Gerald Taylor.
Yeah.
There you have it. All right, it wasn't Andrew.
And then the president or the hemp embassy president is Michael Balderstone, who
Mike,
was also
yes.
he was the other one that recorded with us in Australia.
Awesome.
Yes, and I actually have lots of video of those guys, and as well as us sitting in at their radio station. I also have that full radio bit on a drive.
I
flash
just
drive.
finished putting the commentary or the conversation that we had with the undercover Queensland police down in Brisbane.
Oh.
And it was actually really good. They were very pro pot and not wanting to put people in jail for using
That-
recreational weed.
That was
But-
at the pool.
Yeah, that was really cool. That was in the pool.
In the pool.
That was a very cool story.
And the look on my face. So we're sitting there and they're like, oh, yeah, what do you do? And then Mark's like, oh, we run a medical marijuana dispensary. And they go, really? We're undercover police. And I was like, well, hi.
they didn't have the badge like pinned onto their chest.
No.
oh my God.
And then we explained to what we do is totally legal in Canada. They're like, oh, okay, we're buds. We'll sit down. We're equals. And we just chatted away for like an hour. It was really cool.
Awesome.
Nice. So
My
that
heart kind
sto-
of went here for a second. Like,
Yeah,
we're
no
undercover
doubt.
police.
So that'll be
Whoa.
going up at 12 High Chicks.
What was that?
That's a story for 12 High Chicks.
It is, yeah.
Yes, that's another good website. Be watching for more info on that. We'll have lots of stuff to talk about. 12highchicks.com.
That's right.
And in the near future. But that's about it for today's show. Unless you got any other announcements or something you want to get out there and let anyone know. Any particular shit going on. Jeremiah, any announcements?
No, I'm all good, my friend.
You got any announcements, Courtney? Nothing? Want to share? No? Anyone else? No? Good?
Yeah, we're good.
Volunteer for... See?
Yes, that's
Told
a good
you.
one.
Look at that. See? Here
need
you go. I'm
volunteer for-
asking you, and you... Oh, wait. Yes, there is an announcement. And how do people
Volunteer.
volunteer for 420 in Vancouver?
And volunteer, not...
Well, one person.
If they want to volunteer in Vancouver, or if they want to volunteer in anywhere across Canada at this point, they can just send an email to jeremiah@cannabisculture.com.
All right. Send an email to jeremiah@cannabisculture.com. And if you would like to volunteer for 420 Vancouver this year,
And we're going to have on the front page of Cannabis Culture, Chris Goodwin and I are now working on a big list of all the different activist groups across Canada that are working on 420 stuff. So if people want to volunteer anywhere across Canada, we'll have a major master list on the front page very soon.
all right.
That's
So
awesome.
what Jeremiah is saying off camera and off mic is basically check out cannabisculture.com on the front page. Chris Goodwin from Vapor Central and himself are working on a master list of all the various groups organizing events for 420s across Canada. Is it also the U.S. or just Canada? Just Canada. And that'll be a good way to find out what's going on and if you want to get involved. And I urge you to please get involved. This is really our time to shine. This is our day.
That's right.
You know, I look at it as like the cannabis community's New Year's.
I've
You know.
actually invited Tracy Curley to come out for 420, and she's accepted.
I
which is
saw
great.
that. Oh, it's
Yeah.
under your invitation. Nice.
Yeah.
That's
All
awesome.
right. That's beautiful. Unfortunately, she won't be here during a show here, so
That's true, yeah.
that's too bad. Otherwise, I'd have her on the show. But I actually sent her a note this morning and said I was going to do a side interview while she's here on camera. We're going to do a little side shoot.
We have the hotel, so you guys can come up to the room and
No, we're going to do this even before 420. This will be done days before. Oh, yeah, no. Oops. Yeah, no, I realized
great.
that. Yeah, we got the room again. Yeah, yeah. Nice. Nice. As usual, we shoot from above. What we need is a drone. We need a drone with a camera and flying around a little.
We would never leave our houses if that was the case. We would just
no.
drone everything to each other. We would pass the joint with the drone. We'd pass, tools, everything. We just stay at home.
There's something to think about.
We used to have a Unimog that had an ashtray.
I was just thinking one of the ones with a GoPro mounted, you know. They
Works.
fly
What do you
it.
want for Christmas?
I have the
a
controller
joint,
for
a
it.
drone. Pass me a joint.
I had
All
an
right.
electric vehicle or a
So,
could do that with.
anyhow, we're out of here.
Ashtray glued into it, which was cool.
And I thank you for joining us for this third
thank you for
episode
coming.
of the 420 Lifestyle. And hey, you know how it goes. Until next time, cultivate your freedom.
That's right. Peace out.
All right.